Hello friends, this is Durga again. As part of loading data effectively into the database in performance tuning playlist, in this video I will be covering the role of SQL Loader and how we can actually use SQL Loader effectively to load the data into the database. Earlier we have used the SQL Developer itself to load the data into our deck of cards table just by right clicking on it and then clicking on import data, and then we chose the table which we want to load. Let me go to deck of cards and choose the import method. We have used insert and then we load the data, and it was pretty fast. It did not take very long time. But if you have hundreds and thousands of rows which you need to insert, for example, to demonstrate this, I will be creating a table called stock_EOD. I have shown details of stock_EOD as part of earlier videos in my performance tuning playlist. So I will be creating a table for that, and the table will be available in this performance tuning.sql file as part of so let me create a new script rather than using the existing script. Make sure you have the schema and create new worksheet by right clicking on this, paste it here, save as. So all these scripts will be available for you in GitHub account. Okay, so I have not synced up into GitHub yet, but I will do that very quickly. So I am creating the new table under P tuning schema. So I am making sure that I am in the right schema and run the query, and the query ran successfully. Now you can refresh the table here and go to stock_EOD, right click on this and then import data, browse the directory. I'm going into this consolidated where I have all the 6 files for each year, and double click that. I don't need a header for this. Click on next. This is how we have inserted earlier also. I don't want to select this. Click on next and click on next and click on next and finish. So what is happening? It has a few hundred thousands of records, and you can see that it's inserting almost 500 records a second, which means that in a minute it will be like 500 in a second means 30,000 in a minute. So if it has 300,000, it will take 10 minutes, which is not very good. So I'm canceling it. The reason why it is taking very long time is that you have SQL Developer on my PC and the database is on Oracle Cloud, which is and I am sitting in India, so which is thousands of miles apart, So to run these queries as insert statements on the database requires too many network turnarounds, and the performance will be definitely very poor. So this is not the good way to insert the data. If you have a Java program, you can fine-tune it a little bit by using a concept of result set, where you can pool a few insert statements and submit a pool of insert statements into as one group, which can reduce the network turnaround, but still the performance will not be very good. So one of the way to solve this issue is by using SQL Loader. So how we can use SQL Loader? You can right click on this, click on import data and choose a file. Okay, skip header which you want to insert and click on next, and instead of using insert here, you use SQL Loader utility. Okay, but SQL Loader utility needs the data to be on the server, and the utility has to be run on the server. You cannot upload from your client directly unless you have the SQL Loader utility installed on your PC. It can actually connect to the remote database, I guess, but it requires TNS names, and you need to have client-side utility, but still the performance will not be very good. So you need to use this SQL Loader utility on the server itself. What SQL Developer will do is it will give you example scripts. It will not run directly, and then we have to take those scripts and run on the server. That being said, click on next, and you can actually save in import file directory. So you can save in into this location. Click on next, and then finish. It will be finished immediately. Now you can actually do the SCP. So I'm actually, let me see whether I am in the right directory first. Yeah, I'm in the right directory, and this is how you can actually do the SCP. As we are trying to copy the directory, you have to use scp-r and the directory name and the username at the host IP address, colon, tilde represents the home directory, which is nothing but /home/opc, and you can hit enter, and the data will be copied in few minutes. It will take some time. Even this one, you can actually use NoHub and copy files in parallel rather than copying one file at a time to make it faster. Let me try that so that you understand all the tricks. Okay, so instead of copying consolidated data individually, what I will do is I will go to consolidated data directory here, and we have all these nysc_2009.csv, etc. So I will be using NoHub scp nysc_2009.csv opc at 129.144.14.52 colon tilde / consolidated data. And ampersand. So NoHub and the ampersand make sure that script runs in the background, and hit enter. It will be running. You can actually do ps-ef grep NoHub. Okay, probably you have to do scp. You can see that the scp is running. So similar to that, we can also do 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, and then so we have copied all the files, and they will be still copying. It is not done yet. But we have this CTL. What happened? But we have these .sh and .ctl files for 2009, which is generated when we actually run using SQL Developer. So these two are the scripts which are just created, and we have to copy these things onto the server as well. So I will be doing scp nysc_2009.ctl opc. Let me do. So it will be nysc_2009.ctl / consolidated _data, and hit enter. It will not take very long time because it's a very small file. And then we have other scripts also. Not bat. We don't need bat because bat is mainly for Windows. So if you want to run SQL Loader on Windows, you have to copy this bat file. Otherwise, there is not. It is not required. So now the file is created, so the files are copied. Now let us do the SSH and hit enter. Now we will be on the server, and you can see that all the files are being copied. Okay, if you can see that size is changing for this most of the files. That means that still the copying is going on. So once that is done, we will move to appropriate location under Oracle user. So right now everything is under OPC user. So we need to copy it to Oracle user, and then we have to run our SQL Loader script. So to confirm whether the copying is done or not, it's better to stay on the server where you are trying to copy, and then run this ps-ef pipe grep scp. So still there are 4 scp scripts going on. Until it is done, we should not run our SQL Loader. So we need to make sure that all these are completed successfully. So almost all are done. It's the last file which needs to be done, and everything is done now. So now I'm logging in as SSH to OPC user. So sorry, I'm logging into the server using OPC user, and we have the consolidated underscore data directory. We can do, you can see that now the file size will not change once the copying is done. Okay, now we have to copy this script, all these files and scripts to Oracle user. So this is the command which I'm trying to use. I deleted the data, and also I have to even run the cp command with sudo and hit enter. Now you can see that data is copied under home Oracle. Again, I have to run the sudo. And there is a directory called consolidated data, but it is owned by root. It's better to change the owner to Oracle and the group to install. So let me run that command, sudo chown -r Oracle install home Oracle consolidated data. And now we can run sudo ls-ltr, and you can see that user is changed from root to Oracle, and group is changed from root to install. Now sudo su Oracle, and we have this we have the directory. So let's get into the directory and run ls-ltr command. We have all the CSV files, and also we have the sh and bat script which is generated for 2009 data set. We have to open these files to review what is there in that. So the bat file have so bat file is not required. This is primarily for Windows. We will not run the script using bat file. Instead, we will be running using sh file, and that sh file will be invoking this script, which is called as nyc_2009.ctl. And if you see, this is SQL Loader script. I will not be getting into too many details here. It has load data, which is the SQL Loader command, and this is the in file and the path from which you have to read the data. In this case, both CTL file and the CSV directory are in the same location, and then append is just a hint into table stock_eod, and then fields terminated by we are trying to define how the data is in the file. In the file, data is terminated by comma between each field, and then optionally enclosed by double quotes if there is any alphanumeric data which is enclosed in double quotes. And then these are the definitions of the columns which are determined by our SQL developer, which have generated this script. It's pretty straightforward script. If you want to explore SQL Loader, you can go through the documentation and get the syntax. And this is the command which will invoke that script. Okay, so we need to run the script to run the SQL Loader script we have. And now the inserts will be much faster compared to what we try to do using SQL Developer. But still, the performance might not be very good when we try to copy all the data from all the 6 files, and we will try to see how it can be done as part of the next videos. In this video, we will just see how we can actually invoke this SQL Loader script. Now we have the shell script which needs to be invoked, and that shell script is it's only invoking the CTL script we have in the same directory. If they're in the different directories, then the path needs to be correct. To execute a shell script, you have to change the permission on the file to executable. So I am doing that by using this command called chmod +x .shell script. Only shell script we need to change the permissions, and then you can run this command and hit enter. Okay, I have to give the extension and hit enter. It is asking for the username. Our username is ptuning, and we have to give the password also. And now you can see that it's much faster compared to what we have seen with SQL Developer. It was doing around 500 rows per second, but this is much faster. This is actually making 5,000 or 6,000 per second. So the 300,000 records will be inserted within 30-40 seconds as we are using SQL Loader on the server itself. Even if you have SQL Loader on our PC, and if you try to run, the performance will not be as fast as this, because as I mentioned to you earlier, SQL Loader has to talk between our PC and the Oracle database server, which is running 1,000 miles away, to insert all this data into the database. So this is a very good performance tuning technique to take data very close to where your database is and run your scripts from there rather than running from your PC into the database. That being said, I hope the script will be done in a few seconds now. So while script is running, you can see that you can go to Oracle Enterprise Manager, as I have explained earlier, and see how it is performing also. And you can see that this insert statement is primarily spending a lot of time on CPU, and this blue is IO. We will see all the details later, but you can so for each and every color it highlighted what it meant. I will cover all those things in a separate video, but for now, if you try to understand, most of the time this query is spending on the commit. So there is a wait event which is commit. If you click on this, it will highlight. So the reason is SQL Loader is trying to commit every 100 rows at a time. So commit is a very expensive operation, and it has to do a lot of things behind the scenes, and those details are also covered elsewhere. So I will not try to get into too many details here. So by playing with the commit rate itself, we can tune it a little bit. It will not be a significant difference in the performance in the execution time, but the script will work more effectively, reducing the wait events. To reduce the commit rate, what we have to do is, so we can modify the CTL file or SH file also. So what we have to do is, here we have to give rows equal to 10,000. Instead of 100, we are using 10,000. We cannot give a very high value also, because if there is something wrong, everything else will be rolled back. So committing at regular intervals is important, but you should not be committing too frequently. In this case, when we are trying to insert almost 600,000 records, we are actually issuing commit for each and every 100 records, which means that it submits commit almost 6,000 times, which is not very good. For that reason, we are increasing it to 10,000, and as we have 600,000 records, and the commit will be only 60 times, not 6,000 times. That being said, let's save this, and now let me truncate the table. So you can go to OEM and you can click on this insert statement and get all the details about how long it took to run this query. Let me click on plan. Actually statistics, I think. Yeah, statistics. And it took 34.72 seconds to run that entire SQL Loader script. Okay, so let me go back to here, top activity, and now let's see by changing the commit rate how the performance will be. Okay, I have already truncated the table, I guess. Let me do it again just to be safe. And now let me run this command again. Username p tuning, and we have to type the password. And now it's running. And now let's see how the picture looks like. So here it took how much time? Earlier it took 32 seconds, we have seen. Now it's actually it is showing the current state, current details. It took 6 seconds. Let's see. So this is the previous run and this is the current run with commit rate 10,000, but it does not show significant difference on this data set. Okay, so but we will run other test cases also where you will see the difference in the performance. For example, right now we ran only one load. We load only one file at a time, but we will try to do the parallel. We will try to run parallelly. So we will run multiple SQL Loader scripts in parallel from the operating system and see how much time it will take to complete it. At that time, definitely, if you change from 100 to 10,000, there will be some performance improvement. We will see those things. We will start with 1, commit rate 1, and go to 10,000, and we will see the performance difference. But that will be done as part of this video, as part of this, as part of the next video. As part of the current video, we only see the difference between running from SQL Developer from our PC and running from the server itself directly, and you can see that there is a significant difference in the performance. Because there is no need of network turnaround time between my PC and the database server, which is sitting 1,000 miles from away from me. Rather, we push data to the server and we run SQL Loader from there, and the performance is much faster. So we will continue doing this. We will explore more and more options we have to fine-tune the performance while loading the data into the database. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content on this channel. If you like this video, please use the comment section. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you have any feedback or if you want to ask any technical questions, please use the comment section of the video. Or even if I make some mistakes as part of the demonstrations, please use the comment section of the video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You will get to see a lot more content like this over time. Thank you. Bye.